I'm genuinely scared that there is a higher probability of dying without have ever been in love. Oh, but like, let's talk about it, because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok. Everybody is like, girl, I would want to be cracked. I would want to be cracked. And I feel like we all want to be cracked. And if it is the cracking that is the goal, the cracking is easy to get, but it is the quality of the cracking in which is why we are all not indulging in the cracking. Am I making sense? So I am going to be transparent with you. I haven't dated since 2023. And even then, I'm acting as if I've been in a long relationship. I have never been in a relationship in my life. I have never so much as spent more than 24 hours with a man. I have never shared a bed with a man unless we are cracking. After the cracking, it's just like you sleep for whatever, how many hours, and I get up, and I always love sleeping in my bed. I think this thought comes to me because I am a serial loner, and in 2025, I have experienced such a deep-seated level of loneliness. I'm very blessed when it comes to family love. I'm very blessed when it comes to sibling love. Love my siblings down. Love my mom down. I'm blessed when it comes to friendship. I have had moments this year where I felt iffy about friendships, but nonetheless, the love is so apparent, and I'm blessed in the sense of friendship love. I'm blessed in the sense of community love, as I have you with Asatic Nation as a whole. We have such a great community, and I'm blessed in that sense, but I have not been blessed in romantic love. So the whole point is, one of my deepest fears, I have two fears in the world: the fear of dying and the fear of dying without having ever been in love. This fear has become exasperated, or has become expanded, and is appearing to be even more real than I ever thought before, now more than ever. Especially after my little short-term, high emotion, high falling experience last year, it became worse. And I'm a person who's not really desperate for love at the same time, because I feel like this is where we get the Danish deceptions. You get what I mean? People, we crave love so much that the receding of it is making it harder, to the point that whoever comes around and love bombs you, you really do get confused. You get stories of people who meet and they're like, oh, it was love at first sight. And then you also get stories where it's like, yeah, he love bombed me for 7 years or whatever. So it's really hard to be able to tell what is going on with love lately. But I feel like everybody is feeling it and everybody is craving it. I've never really genuinely felt like this is my love story, this is my man. And when I did, it became such a grand disappointment that it probably scared me away more than it did attract me to the idea. I feel like we have desensitized ourselves, or maybe we have become too complacent in life, that we live as though tomorrow is promised, when truthfully, even the next minute is not promised. I could sip this right now and choke. People act like death is predictable, like you can give it a call, or like you're gonna wake up tomorrow. There are so many people who go to bed and they don't wake up. You get me? You have a higher chance of dying more than you do of falling in love, in my personal opinion anyway. But then let's get into the nitty-gritty of why I fear that. I am a lover girl. Like, I was having a conversation with one of my besties the other day. She was telling me about herself and whatnot, and I was just beaming with a smile on my face because I was just feeling so much joy from inside. And she was like, girl, you're such a lover of love, and I really want this for you. Like, I want you to fall in love and to experience love, because I'm a lover of love. I celebrate people being in love. I celebrate my family, my friends. I celebrate love. I see it online and I'm just like hooked. Speaking of my fear, I feel like falling in love is one of those things that you're not in control of. Falling in love or experiencing love. And I feel like in my truth, I want to experience true, gentle, genuine love. I grew up, I don't know a love that is harmless. I don't know a love that is gentle. I don't know a love that is eternal. I don't know a love that will not be plagued by pain. Pain is just Pain is expected with love. Like, that's just one of the ingredients of love, right? Pain. But beyond pain, I don't know, even throughout my family, friends, growing up, my grandmother's house was like a therapy house. Everyone who was having problems in love, they were at my grandmother's house. So to me, it just made me not like the idea of love. Like, for instance, I never really thought about getting married until my sister was getting married. Is it last year? And I was like, a wedding might be nice, wouldn't it? Like, a wedding might be nice, but really, do I want a wedding? Do you know what I mean? I'm the kind of person that just had not thought about those things. Because for me, my ideal would be I meet my love, we travel, we see the world, we make stupid, idiotic money. You know, we're young, we're hot, we're sexy. And we are good to sit in silence together as much as we are good to be together at all times. And, you know, it feels like every single day, as each day goes, it's getting harder and harder to even find that. Our trust issues as a people are becoming more and more. I mean, recently there was the whole article about how embarrassing it is to have a boyfriend. And it is truly becoming embarrassing because, I mean, look at the amount of stories that we're seeing online of what's happening with people. We all probably have a story about how we were embarrassed trying to make a relationship work or something like that. So like for me, if I speak for myself, one, I have always to a degree found it very hard dating as a plus size woman. In the first beginning stages of my dating, I didn't see this as a red flag, but I would meet a lot of people that fetishized plus size people. And to me, when they compliment me and compliment my body, because I was at a stage where I didn't like my body, I didn't find my body that sexually attractive, when they expressed that, it tickled something in me. And it made me feel like, oh, okay, boys see me, boys like me. And I always hated sexualization, but I wasn't able to clock it at that time, which is what I warn plus size girls about every time now. Me being a plus size girl, whether I am confident or not, whether I like myself or not, it has made my dating difficult. Because personally, I'm not going to go where I'm lasted for. I'm going to go where I'm loved. Another factor is I've never really felt comfortable in the presence of a man. Never, unless it's my siblings and family members. But generally speaking, even when I go on a date, I'm incredibly uncomfortable. And then I think it does stem in the fact that I come from a background where there was a lot of sexual assault, where there was a lot of domestic violence towards women. I genuinely look at men like a ticking time bomb because men are only nice to you, often anyway, if they like you. And if they don't like you or they stop liking you, they become the most evilest thing that ever existed. And so that's another factor to it. I've never felt safe in the presence of a man. I still don't. So like, I don't really entertain a lot of men like that. So as this year happened, I focused on myself a lot more, especially during this period of time where I said I'm not dating anymore. I focused on myself a lot more. And that focus for me was taking myself out on dates. If you've been following me, you've seen that. Taking myself out on dates, doing things for myself, buying myself flowers, treating myself to the standard that I would want to be treated. Because obviously, again, as a plus size girl, I have had the experiences where people were making me feel as though they are doing me a favor by simply taking me to fucking TGI Fridays. You get me? So like, I love it, a fine dining experience, and I'm gonna get that for myself. Like, I'm a kind of person that doesn't wait. So like, coming back to me saying that my biggest fear is that but my biggest fear is dying before I even experience what it is like to be in love. My biggest fear is dying without having been loved or have loved romantically. You get me? And it might sound like, girl, that's not a worry. It is. In this climate that we're in, it is. Because right now, it's a new year. And I'm thinking of, obviously, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be doing a lot more things this year. And even then, a man is not part of the plan. Simply because usually, I am a serious person. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I think most of the time, I was having a hard time because I was trying to date like I'm not a serious person. I'm a serious person. I'm a serious person. So like, I'm not going to do this, go with the flow. Michelle's cat. I don't have time. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I am saying this to say, I am in control of a lot of things in my life. I'm in control. Like, one of my other fears was that one day the clock for me will end and I have not seen the world. So I immediately said, you know what? Problems and bills will come, but book that flight. I booked myself the flights. And so like when it comes to love, I'm in a place where I'm manifesting it. I'm manifesting it in many ways, because one thing I'm not going to do ever in my life is settle. It's possible and okay with me to die single. I'm fine with that, because there is nothing like singleness. Singleness is so fun and it's so lovely. And I mean absolute singleness, not interacting with anybody romantically. It's the best thing I've ever done for myself. But without having been in love, without having even experienced that explosive, beautiful love, that's what it is for me. Whether love is so beautiful, the yearning of it, the desire, the power it has, because like romantic love has healing powers. As much as it destroys, it has healing energy to it. So I don't know, maybe I rambled on this video and I expressed thoughts that you also have as well, or thoughts that you've had. This is something that I've been thinking about, and I thought I would bring it as a first episode to Sip With Saam, to sort of like introduce you to how my mind works. It is the darkest thing possible, because love, just like death, is also unpredictable. Right now I could finish this video and then fall in love with someone. You just never know. And it's something that doesn't have a formula. It doesn't have a routine. I just feel like right now we are in such a time that it's feeling very much hard to indulge in that. It's feeling very much hard to trust people with your thoughts, to trust someone with your body, to trust someone with your soul, to trust someone with your vulnerability, your thoughts, with everything. It's much harder to feel safe enough to turn up for people. Like, I have found myself in a situation where I deliberately hold myself back completely, because the idea of giving myself and being free and open with that person meant pain. But beyond pain, you feel like it is basically falling on concrete and crushing. You know what I mean? I think there is a lot of lust in the world. I feel like recently, even in the news or just on social media, we have seen just how lustful, particularly if you're heterosexual, men are, and how that lust is destroying them a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's destroying them a lot. So I feel like we all are craving intimacy. We all are craving romance. We all are fearsome that we might hit the hay before we actually fall in love ever in our lives. But at the same time, we are all very scared. We're all very petrified of the idea of giving ourselves to someone who will not handle our heart properly. We're very terrified of love. We want it, but I feel like we have seen more so the dangerous sides, the dangerous results, and the dangerous endings, and the lies dressed up as love so much that it is safer to step away from the game of love. It is safer to not even consider it in your head, because the more you think about it, like I said earlier, that this was my loneliest year ever. The more you think about it, the more you want it. So it's almost like we are also like buried also in the cost of living and the fast pace of love, that anytime you think about putting more attention to love, it is almost like that's a waste of time, because the probabilities of it are now very low. That's why many of us are spending so much time making money, because the probability of falling in love is very low. The probability of finding someone genuine is low, because both people here, male or female, or whichever ones you date, regardless, every single human being is craving love. But also the deceptions and whatnot that we have seen and experienced. I feel like our generation is genuinely a traumatized generation romantically. We're very traumatized. And so like, we just don't indulge. I also think the casual sex era really destroyed the ideal love for people. People cheapened sex. The world has made it way too accessible. And that has resulted in grand loneliness. So I don't know. I have been celibate for 2 years. I have not dated for 2 years, not met anyone for 2 years, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. But I also cannot deny the fact that these days, or like this past couple of months in the last year, I have really thought I would hate it if it happened. I'm a person who strongly believes that God has got a plan for me, especially me being Christian. I strongly believe that God has got a plan for me. I strongly believe that He has my person out there being cooked up for me, and I strongly believe that I will meet them in the most serendipitous way, where I might even be coming on here one day and be like, guys, you will see them when you least expect them. Like the people that are like, oh, you will meet them when you least expect them. You know what I mean? I am in an era, in a time where more and more of my friends are getting married, are getting settled down, where people are having families, creating families, having babies. This is another topic we'll have one day because I don't care for having babies. But I'm an adult now. My friends are buying houses. My people surrounding me are in love and falling in love. And while all of that is happening, for some reason for me, it just feels like it's stretching further and further away from happening. But at the same time, like I said, the one thing that I always think though, I'm not completely pessimistic in this. My thought with falling in love and experiencing love is there are airports I haven't landed in, cities I haven't walked through, cafes that I haven't sipped coffee in. There are shops I haven't shopped in. There are hallways I haven't run down on. There are churches I haven't entered. There are cathedrals, museums, art galleries that I haven't entered yet. There are trains that I haven't been on. There are corners that I haven't walked past. There are shops. There are people I haven't spoken with. There are people I haven't met yet. There are people who are interesting. There are people who I haven't had a conversation with. You know what I mean? There are films I haven't watched. There are countries I haven't seen. There's food I haven't eaten or tasted. There is so much more to experience in life, and love is residing somewhere there. And there is where I will meet my love. The issue is guarantee. Like I said, dying single is not the problem. Dying without ever having been in love is very scary for me, because I would love to be in love. I would love to love someone's son and to be loved harmlessly, wonderfully, and safely. Anyway, thank you for listening to this. I feel like I rambled on. Literally, it's been 40 minutes. But when I'm editing it, I hope it'll make sense and it'll be cohesive. But thank you for having this discussion with me. The whole point of Sip with Sam isn't to come here and talk down your ear and tell you what to do. The whole point of Sip with Sam is let's have a sip. Let's have a conversation. Grab yourself a glass of whatever. I'm having cranberry juice today because I haven't bought wine, because I've been praying. So I haven't been drinking alcohol. So thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for listening as well. If you are cleaning or ever and you're just listening to me rumble on, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate you. So please don't forget to comment what you think. What is your fear? Do you have the same fear? What are your thoughts about it? How did you meet your love? Are you still with your love? Are you still in love? How does that feel when it's real? But other than that, thank you so much. I wish you a good, lovely evening or whatever. It's evening here.